and just take a moment to have people share if something good happened to you this week or something that you're struggling with and something exciting that's going on. Just want everybody to have an opportunity to just chat if they want to. I should turn on my light, eh? It's a little dark in here.
Well, for me, I made my goal for getting my free summit coach ticket. So I know I didn't do it yet. I'm almost there, but I have a plan to make it. I think next week I'll hit my Success Club 5 for the third month in a row. So I should be getting that. So that's exciting.
So awesome. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Seeing your group is like blowing up. So what's been working for you? Do you care to share like how you've been? Because I'm sure that some of the coaches on here are like, what is she doing? You're a brand new coach.
Sure.
You're in Success Club. You've hit Emerald already, in your first month, and you're going to be a Success Starter now. So
honestly, I just kind of made it my goal. I didn't really know what goals to set for myself, to be honest with you, as a new coach. But what I did do is I just decided that I wanted to figure out a way to hit Success Club 5 every day or every month this year. So that was like one goal. And I didn't even know if that was attainable, but as in for January, my first month, I had a lot of feedback and a lot of people interested. And so then I'm kind of like, okay, I think I can do this. So part of the way I didn't know how to get there, but part of the way I decided that I was going to do is just from watching you and watching other coaches on social media is really, and your advice was I was going to post every day. And that was what I was going to do. I was already working out every day. So I just decided I was just going to show it that I was doing it every day and show some of my other healthy lifestyle things. I was taking the advice basically of just what I had learned. And I made that my commitment, even through, going on vacation, even my rest days that I didn't work out. I just said that was my rest day. And I said whatever else I did for that day. And that's what my goal is, just to show consistency to the people who are following me, to my friends and acquaintances, to show them that this isn't like, oh, I feel good, I'm going to work out today. I do it every day. It's just part of my life and I enjoy it. And showing that it brings me joy. It brings my friends joy that we have a normal lifestyle that's maintainable, but it's even better because we all feel awesome and we love working out and we love doing what we're doing. So I just want to, my goal and my plan is to really just keep showing that every day. And that's what I hope is going to bring me success in my first year and, beyond. But that's what I'm showing, is really just keep thinking in my mind, consistency, and just show what I'm doing and bringing people in, drawing people in that way. And I'm noticing now, for going into my third month, is that, I think it's working. Even people that weren't on my target kind of list of people that I was looking at, that are all still acquaintances, they're still from my warm market, or I think that's what it's called. But they're even people that I really didn't think would even contact me have said, oh, I'm looking forward to joining you this summer. And they have some excuse why they're not doing it now. But I'm like, oh, that's great. Because I never even thought they would even reach out to say something about it. So I really feel like it is about just the consistency and showing that it's doable and showing that it's a part of a normal lifestyle that can be maintained. I think that's it.
I love that. And I know because, I know from seeing your page and everything else that, just to give you guys like an overview, Jonna has like an amazing group of super close girlfriends, and a lot of them are married, a lot of them had kids, which she does, and they do things together and they're like really tight. So she had like this very tight knit group of girlfriends. I'm actually like super jelly. Like I've never had that, because I've moved around a lot. So I just never maintained those friendships. And you guys have been friends for a long time and you've maintained them and you've been really good even when you got married. And I think that's really important for women to have that support. I think a lot of times when people get married and they have kids, or in my case, I did travel nursing. So I never stayed anywhere like for longer than a year until recently. And now I'm finally starting to have like a small community of women that I'm friends with. But so she already had like people that supported her a lot, and also she supported them. So that's kind of how I know that that's been a lot of it. But what I've also noticed too is that now your clients are referring people to you.
Yeah.
So how did you have that happen? Was there something that you said or something that you did, or just?
Well, honestly, I've been putting so much effort. Like, I know that this is the foundation of my business right now, and I am putting a lot of effort every day in just kind of getting that like fellowship with the people that are doing the workouts right now, because I know they're all very motivated, and I love that because it makes my job easier right now. But I want them to like look awesome this summer, and they're already starting to look awesome, and I've already seen every single one of them kind of like change from, they always said, like everybody else, I don't know if I can do the at home workouts, but I need an answer. I'm going to give it a try. And so I just wanted to keep motivating them that, you're going to be sore. It's going to be hard the first week, the first 2 weeks, you will start to feel a difference. And I'm really just working on motivating my core group that I have right now of customers, because I know that when they're out at the pool this summer, or they're going to spring break really soon, that everybody's kind of watching them. And I hate to say it because I don't really even like to talk about like haters, but I know that they have people who also are watching them and are friends, but don't really want them to succeed. And I know that they will succeed. And so they're like my future billboards. I know this, and I want them to like look better so that they can, people are just kind of stubborn at first, but they all will come around once they keep watching. And I know that's true. And I'm putting a lot of effort into my groups right now. They started in, January, the beginning of the year, perfect for like resolutions and all that stuff. And I know, and I want them to be very supported and through the summer. But until the summer, when the clothes start, coming off in Michigan, and we're all like showing what we look like again, that they're going to feel great about how they look. And I know that they're going to be like walking billboards for my support and what I've helped them accomplish. They've accomplished it, but what I've helped keep them on track to do.
Awesome. Has it been mostly through your Facebook challenge group, or are you text supporting them? Do you have like a group text going with everyone too, or how are you?
No, we didn't start a group text. I have a group text with my very close friends that we do every day because we're always working out. I'm sorry, my husband's making Shakeology right now.
Hi, Tony.
But I've used my Facebook group, so we do check in every day. They post their sweaty selfies and stuff. But actually, also, I have been using the challenge tracker app.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which I kind of like, because that is kind of like organizing, where I can look every day and see all the little circles are filled in of people that have worked out. So I kind of like that for that reason.
So you're having them do both. They're doing the
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they are right now. And I don't really like the double duplicate of it, but I feel like the My Tracker app is just kind of nice, because when they press play, anyways, the tracker app wants to take that. And then I can also remind them, I can still post my Shakeology and also kind of use that as like, it's like I'm checking the box for Shakeology and I'm checking the box for working out.
Okay.
So I kind of like that. It's kind of more official tracker that feels kind of useful for me, because some of my challengers aren't on Shakeology yet, and I want them to drink it, and I know they will also be eventually looking for something a little more to help them in their workouts. But so I kind of like the My Tracker app just because it ties into the bod, and then I can post my Shakeology every day, and they can see, well, she's drinking Shakeology every day, maybe I want to give that a try too.
Okay. So that's good to know, because maybe I'll open up a challenge tracker just for my customers and then my clients, so that, because then I was watching a National Wake Up Call video, and it was saying, the girl was saying like she has one for just her clients, but then not like her downline. So I could keep the Facebook group like for everyone, and then have my own for just my people. Okay, cool.
Yeah, well, that is kind of what I did. But right now my group's so small that everybody's kind of doing the same thing, because I don't have a big group yet. So I
notice that.
I could see how that would work, where if people are doing the T25, you can kind of do a T25 just so they feel like, right now I have one that's called T25 because that's what we're all doing together. But like cool. I have 12 people in my group. I don't have tens of or 100 of people in my group.
Well, that's awesome though. You have people are being very active, I've noticed, and that's, you guys have an awesome thing going. So does anyone want to ask Jonna any questions before we, thank you for sharing, by the way. I appreciate it.
Thanks.
Christine, I think, is frozen. She looks like she's like cooking. Oh no, she turned off her video. So Melissa, do you have any questions for Jonna, or are you good? Okay.
No, I'm good. Great job though. Really great job.
Yeah, she's been doing, this is another thing that I was going to say to you about that is she's been doing BOD on her own with no coach for 2 years, right?
Yes.
So it's, she already fell in love with the products. She already knows the value of what she's offering. It's not like she's trying to convince people that this is going to work. She believes that it's going to work. So she knows the value of the $200 investment or whatever it is that they're making in their challenge pack. And that shows when you have a conversation with someone and you go in and you lack confidence because you don't feel what you have is valuable enough. Like, oh, it's $200. No one's going to spend that. You have to go in knowing what your value is. Like you as a coach, they get a year of BOD, they get a month of Shakeology. If they want to add like the performance line, they get all of this stuff for like $200. I mean, you can't get that anywhere. And then they have a coach that's like supporting them. You don't get that in a gym. You don't get that with a personal trainer. You get that with us. So honestly, like we don't charge enough, like, you really don't. But, of course we have to make it affordable and they have to stick up with the times. I mean, okay, I have this alarm set. Just so you know, back in the day, when I started 7 years ago, I paid $140. Well, actually I didn't because I went on Amazon or eBay and bought I didn't realize that it was like a bootlegged copy of Insanity. But at the time it was $140 just for the Insanity program. No BOD. And I paid I think I paid like $90. I think I found it on Amazon. I didn't realize my coach wasn't very forthcoming with that she makes money, that she wasn't explaining it to me. That now looking back on it, I probably would support her and buy it through her. But I was being, cheap and whatever. So imagine that. I paid, people were paying $140 per program. And then every time they would launch a new program, it would be like $120. So T25, all these so we're literally giving them BOD for $99 because Beachbody had to stay with the times, which is everyone's going to streaming. And I did have customers towards the end of the DVDs complaining I just don't want to wait that long to get my DVDs, And so now it's instant access, once they sign up. So you have to understand the value and you have to go into those conversations with confidence. It's not about, I need to get them, I need to convince them. It's no, you're showing up, you're showing them what you're doing, you're having confidence. And I think that's where you're shining, Jonna. You know what it is and you know what's going to help them.
That's definitely true because over my 2 years of me just working out on my own, I always watched you. I definitely was always curious, but I never thought I could actually step out and be a coach or be a salesperson or whatever you wanted to call that. I had that negative annotation with. But once I started doing the workouts and summertime came around, I started having the people around me, they were coming to me and that they started asking me. And then I was happy to talk to them because I loved my results. And so honestly, I think that what started changing my mind is that people were coming to me and then I was telling them what I was doing, how much I loved it because it's crazy, because it's a great value and, the workouts are just amazingly designed. And that was kind of what started boosting me up to be maybe I could do this because there's a need. People have a desire to want to know what's working and I have proof of what's working. And so I feel now I know people will come to me. That's kind of what I know. That's kind of how I am now. I'm they're going to come to me because they might think it's annoying to see my workouts at first, but eventually they will be well, what the hell? I mean, what I'm doing isn't working. Maybe I will give her way a shot, so I know they'll come to me. And I know it just takes time and patience and consistency.
Exactly. And that's exactly what it is. It's like, I didn't hit Success Club for the first 6 months that I was a coach. I don't know if it was even a Success Club program at the time, but it took me 6 months to even hit it. But during that time, I was posting every day. So I think that's why when I started in like July, so it's like slower season for us. And then in January, it was like, boom, like everyone had been watching me in January's season. And that was the first month I hit Success Club. And back then you had to enroll a coach every month to hit Success Club. You had to have one of your, things had to come from a coach enrollment, not just challengers. So it was even a little bit more challenging, although you can sign up discount coaches, and encourage you to build your team. So thank you for sharing that. I'm so excited for you that I wonder if your ticket is for this year. I think so. Oh yeah, it is. You're going to get a refund. I think we found that out, right? I sent you so that's so cool. Congratulations. And I'm so excited for Summit. And by the way, PS, we do have Jonna and Sabrina and I have rented a 4-3. It's about 3 miles from the city center, from the convention center. It's an Airbnb, 4-bedroom, 3-bath house. It's super nice. And it's like $750 for the 3 nights split between 4 of us. So right now, we paid Sabrina. It's $187.50 per person for the 3 nights. And we need one more person. So if you want in, Melissa? Yeah! We got it right by his head.
Yes. Because I was going to post to my team page to find out if anyone wanted to room. I didn't even know where to call. So if you've already got an Airbnb, I'm in.
Awesome. Yay. I was like, I know it's going to work out. I'm just not pushing it. Like, I'm totally a believer in like God, like puts people in your life when it's time. So I've been kind of like trying to find someone. Like I sent Milan my upline a message, but I'm like, you know what? It's just going to work out. Yay. I'm so excited because we can just Uber into the city together. And like, we can try to be on the same tracks. Like Beachbody has like certain tracks that you get to pick for like the speakers that you want.
Okay.
So we can try to be on the same like ones I don't really care which speakers I listen to. So if you guys have specific ones you want to hear, then I'll just pick what you pick. Because for me, I've been doing this for 7 years. It's like, I don't need to have this or that. So
okay.
Try to be on the same track and then we can just like ride in together. It's like 3 miles. It's not far.
Sounds great. Just let me know who I need to get the money to. How you want me to do that?
I'll message you on Facebook.
Sounds great.
Yay!
So happy.
Because I was like, I think someone asked if they could have them and their husband, and I'm like, no, I don't really want that because you can be yourself when you're like girls. Like you can just, it's more fun. I mean, nothing against husbands or anything, but you just can't be as like silly and fun, and it's like different when you're just with girls. So cool. I'm excited. All right, so let me get to this information that I posted and just share a little bit about what Ashley Feldesen, she's someone I follow. She's a lot younger than me, actually. She's like 26 or something, but she doesn't have kids. She has a dog. She's like got a fiance. She's been extremely successful over the last like year or two-ish. I think since like the beginning of 2018, she started it was like nobody knew who she was, and then boom, she just started like exploding. And she's on a team, Pat Reelman's team, who I respect a lot. He's an amazing guy in this business, and he's helped a lot of people. He has a huge team. He has like his mom is a coach, his dad is a coach, his 2 sisters are coaches. I think all of them make a 6-figure income. So pretty phenomenal team. And Ashley is actually, I think, number 9 right now. And she has 2 of her personally sponsored coaches. Like her one is number 2 and the other is number 7. So she has like three of them from her team are in the top 10 right now for this month. And I follow her on Instagram. I think she does a really good job of keeping things simple on her stories and just sharing a lot about the business and inviting people to be coaches on her team. She makes it a lot of fun, and she makes you want to be a part of her team. Like she makes her culture fun. So that's where I learned about the little like dance party tag, which we started in like Team Aloha in our challenge group. Like we do a little dance party and like tag each other and through Instagram stories because it's like, I like see that and I'm like, I want to be a part of that team. Like that looks so ridiculously fun. Okay, well, I'm going to do that. I'm just going to model what already works. But anyway, she did this call on the Beachbody Champions page, which you can get in there. If you go to our Team Aloha page, you can click on that link and request to join, and anyone can be in that group. And they do a lot of training in there. So she had five points that she said of how to invite better to challenge groups, how to improve your inviting to challenge groups. And I liked the very last part that she shared, so I'm going to make sure that I get to everything. So number one, create an action plan and know when you're going to do things each month. So she said that basically she was struggling in her business at the end of a couple of years. It wasn't where she wanted it to be. And she realized what the missing link was that she wasn't planning out her month. So for example, knowing that T20 is actually launching in the member library on April 1st and people don't have to pay for it now is a good opportunity for us to still be talking about Transform 20, this new program that hasn't even been launched yet. So inviting people to maybe start on April, I don't even know what would be the first Monday of April. I plan on starting like a Transform 20 group then, because it's going to be, again, like just what we did a couple months ago when we had, several people starting that program. It's an opportunity to invite people to something new, 20 minutes a day, 6 days a week. So what you should be doing is breadcrumbing that throughout the month and know when you're going to put like a call to action. Obviously, if you're going to be starting the group the first Monday of April, which I don't know what that date is, you're going to want to start inviting people long before that. Like you're going to want to start inviting people for your April group like now, because if you wait to start inviting until like the 25th of March, it's not enough time for you to talk to the person, find out their goals, like get them set up with a challenge pack and get them ready. Actually, April 1st is the first Monday of April. So you should be sprinkling in, videos of your workouts, food, whatever it is, and starting to invite. And where I'm inviting people the most is Instagram stories. But that's what's working for me. And that's where I'm getting a lot of feedback, and I'm doing polls and I'm asking people like, do you want more information? Whatever. Okay. So plan out your month. Like you could even start planning out, what you're going to post every day. Like I have on my Instagram, mine is kind of branded in a specific way. So I know like in general, I look and see in the morning, because I do mostly post at night in the evening, because I think it gets more traction. I'll be like, all right, I'm going to post this tonight. I already have an idea of what I'm posting and sometimes I'll even write them out before it's even time so that I have it ready to go. So build your monthly marketing plan. When you're going to do your challenge group, when you're going to have sneak peeks, which sneak peeks are like behind the scenes look into coaching. When are you going to start? What are you going to call your group? How many people do you want to invite? What are you going to be focusing on? Are there going to be incentives, daily posts? Are you going to count points? Are you going to run it with another coach? Are you going to do it in Facebook? Are you going to do it in the My Challenge Tracker app? Are you going to make mandatory Shakeology or Performance Line? And what program are you going to be doing? So each month, before the month starts, you should already have an idea of what you're going to be doing. And my suggestion to you is go with the Beachbody flow. So whatever Beachbody is launching, like for example, we have the Ultimate Portion Fix. Like I'm actually kind of behind. I should have already been watching it this week, but it's on my agenda for this weekend to try to get those videos in so I can start promoting doing like inviting 10 women to a nutritional class once I'm certified in the Ultimate Portion Fix. So have a plan of how you're going to invite and then just move through the plan every month. And this is how she went from being stagnant in her business to having it grow. All right. So next, number 2 is understand what your tribe is looking to accomplish. So this is your avatar. And what they're looking to accomplish is, who were you when you started Beachbody and what were you looking to accomplish? I'm not saying when you started as a coach, but when you started using the programs and the products. Who are the people that you want to join you? It's going to be you before Beachbody. So for her, it was that she needed a simple plan and an outlet, because she was going to school. She's a teacher. She was getting her master's. She was like in a new relationship. She was commuting like an hour a day, and she needed something simple and something where she could connect with other women in this place where she had an outlet. So who is it that you want to talk to? It's the same person as you pre-Beachbody. So, she's used an example of Melanie Mitro was top coach for like 4 years in a row. And this was something that changed her business, is she was watching her like upline and modeling her upline on how she wanted to attract people. And it was like for this get ready for bikini, like bikini boot camp or whatever, getting ready for bikini season. And that isn't what Melanie was actually joining Beachbody for. she was actually a mom that needed to lose like her baby weight, and I think wanted to have connections with other women too, like with some, I don't know if she had postpartum depression, but like she really wanted to have that connection. So getting ready to rock a bikini wasn't who she was, but she was just modeling what her coach was doing, and then she wasn't attracting people because she wasn't being her authentic self. So live in your truth and think about who you were before Beachbody, who you're trying to show up as today. Were you looking for something simple? Were you looking for a routine, support, culture? What was it that really attracted you to your coach, and why did you join? And then create your invites based on the person that you were before. Be transparent and be authentic, and you want people to see themselves in your story. So when you're sharing about, like for me, I was a super yo-yo dieter. I was like, I tried everything. I did like, everything works, boot camps, it all works if we work it, right? Beachbody was just the solution that helped me be consistent the longest, because the convenience of working out from home. I love Shakeology. What is it? Our basic package no longer has containers. Okay. So, that was what I wanted. But now, like who I am now is I love being connected to this culture of women, of having these women in my life, even if we're not necessarily seeing each other every day, we're together and we're doing this and we're empowering one another and we're supporting each other and living a healthy lifestyle. So number 3, build invites that get through to people. So if you go on her page, you'll notice a lot of times she's talking about the Ashley she was before, and she's like talking to that particular person. So you want to make it about them. You don't want to be I. You want to be you and we. So I noticed that a lot of my posts when I initially was posting was all about myself, instead of saying like we or you, and having people feel that they're a part of what I'm sharing. So share authentically, because it's going to filter out the people that are not like you, the people that aren't your avatar, and offer them something they cannot deny. So what she needed was someone to align her with a meal plan, a workout plan, and to be her accountability buddy. So what did you need when you found Beachbody? Back then, I know she's not a heavy inviter now because she has so many people just coming to her like on her page, but back then she was a heavy inviter. So she didn't have a lot of followers. She had like 2,000 followers on her Instagram, and now she has like almost 14,000 followers. But the people that were following her were her tribe. So what she did was, obviously you have to make a connection with someone first. You can't just, I don't ever believe in just cold marketing people like randomly, because I get those all the time on Instagram. And I'm like, no, I'm not interested. You haven't even made any, you don't even know if I like this product. Why are you asking me if I want to use like skincare? I'm like, I'm not going to be that person. I don't use a lot of things on my skin. I wash my face. That's about it. I might put some lotion on and makeup, whatever. So after you make that connection with someone, I really like the invite that she uses, because I was like, I don't know how to invite. So here's what she would write to someone after she's already, had a few interactions back and forth. Hi, name. It's March. What do you have planned this month? If I were to help align you to a meal plan and workout plan to prep for summer, would you want to hold each other accountable for 21 days? So I like that because I feel like it's a little bit more personal than just saying like, I'm doing this challenge group. What do you want to join me? And obviously you can make it whatever it is that's specific to you. So for me, that isn't really going to work for my people, because that's not what I joined this for. So what I've been sending, but I do like the if I would you, that's something that Eric Worre teaches, he's like a professional network marketing guy. Eric Worre wrote GoPro, which is a really good network marketing book. And so if I XYZ, would you XYZ? So if I were to, with me, I've been saying like, if I were, I don't remember what exactly I'm saying, but I changed it to make it my own to sound like me. So you can peep their, profile and see what they're up to and see if, are they posting about how they don't like their body? Are they posting about how they want to get ready for summer? Are they posting about how they feel, overweight in their baby clothes? Or what are they writing on their page? Peep their profile, peep their stories. And what I do a lot of times with people that I like people that I connect with and I want them to be in my tribe, but I haven't been ready to invite them yet. If they post stories, I watch their stories and I give them little happy faces and claps and on the things that I like in their stories. I do it authentically. It's not like I'm like, oh, I'm going to clap for something I don't care about, but I watch their stories and I also go on their page and I comment on their posts because that shows that I am looking at them and I care about them and I'm not just, I don't just care about them caring about me. I actually care about them. So of course you have to be posting content on your page and creating content in your stories that will show people to trust you. So if you're going out and you're sending this like invite to people, but you're not being consistent with your posting, like you're not sharing that you're doing your workouts and you're eating nutritional foods and you're taking care of your mindset and all this stuff, if you're not being consistent, if you're posting once a week, you're not showing them that you're going to show up for them every day. They want to hire a coach that they know is showing up for themselves every day because they know that that coach is going to show up for them every day. So they're going to go find a coach who is showing up every day. And this is a lot of times what I see people, they're like, I really want to get this business going. Like I've tried for several months and it's not working. And I'll go on their Facebook page or their Instagram or whatever they're using. I'm like, dude, you've posted like twice. Like that's not going to build you a business, no problem. But at least, it's something that you can control. You can change it. It's not that you're not good at this. It's not that you can't be a successful coach. You're just not doing it. You're not doing what you need to do to succeed. So they need to see that your page, your stories and your posts, and I don't think you have to post more than once or twice a day on your content, like on your page, but your stories have to be multiple stories throughout the day about your lifestyle, about fitness. It's on that business activity tracker. It gives you, ideas of what to post. The whole point is that you want people to trust you. And the way that they're going to trust you is that they see that you're showing up for yourself every day and that you're going to show up for them. Number 4 is utilize your stories as public invites. So she does a lot of polls and inviting people to her challenge groups and inviting people to her coach sneak peeks every month. And I'm not saying just do polls on just those things. Do polls on other things too. Like, I did several polls on like these outfits that I was trying to decide which one to keep. And a lot of people voted on those. People love to vote on fashion. I'm not super into fashion, but since I had those outfits, I was like, let me put this up here. And actually that sparked a lot of conversations with people where I wrote them and I said, thanks for voting on my poll. I either said if they voted for something that I wasn't sure about, I'm like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to keep that one. But, I appreciate the feedback. I definitely won't keep something that I don't feel comfortable wearing. But where do you like to shop? So I asked people where they like to shop, and I created a list, an IG, a notes on my phone of places that people like to shop, because it's actually, I really was asking. Now I have this list of all these women's stores that my followers shop at that I hadn't heard of. And I'm like, sweet, next time I want to go shopping, I can go check some of these places out. So, and online shopping, and a lot of them do delivery if you order over a certain amount for free, and then you can a lot of times return in store or free returns. So you can try things on. So, but you do have to get into the proper mindset, as I was saying earlier, to do those invites. So if you're going on there in your stories and you're all like, I don't know if people are going to join me, and you're all like shy and feeling insecure and you don't believe in yourself and you don't think that what you're offering has value, you're not going to attract people that are going to say yes to what you're inviting them to. So I love her confidence. Like things that she does more things that would make me so uncomfortable, but I know it's probably she's worked her way up to that point. So I do things that kind of just push me a little bit uncomfortable, but not to the point where I feel totally like not in my element within them. Like stretch myself a little bit each day, and I feel like at the end of a year of being really consistent on my stories that I will feel more comfortable posting other things. So, you have to, okay, so she says a lot of times she'll post this thing, and it's like what I was saying earlier. You're paying $180 for some, okay, $180 for some people might be tough. But she'll post that she would spend $5,000 if she knew she would be where she is today. So you have to share your passion for what you're doing like wildflower and be very consistent with your sharing, because consistency in your sharing and also utilizing the products is what's going to build your belief. Because if you're like, oh, you post once and you get crickets, then you're like, oh, this doesn't work. But if you post every day for a week and one person comments at the end of the week on one of your posts and you never got a single comment on a post before, you're like, shoot, people are watching and they commented. And I'm not saying that they're commenting saying, I want to be in your challenge group. Maybe they're just commenting on a picture of you and your kid and saying, oh, that's so cute. Like, you're actually getting people that are engaging on your page. That is, going to help boost your confidence for more posting in the future. So you have to make up for what you don't have in your belief with consistency in the beginning. And understand that what we're doing is we're giving people a gift. We're giving them an opportunity to transform their life. So we have to find people that want to feel the way we feel now, but that feel the way we felt before we started. So think about your avatar. Ask yourself where you were before you started. Do not cloud your stories, okay? Talk about things, allow people to feel your emotions. All right, so that's pretty much it just for that one. She says, do not cloud your stories with print after print. Talk about things, allow people to feel your emotions. Remind them of the date of your challenge group, what they'll get with it. Share your excitement and passion, share a graphic, and use your own flair. You can go to Canva, which I love Canva, and create a poster. And what she does, I've noticed, is she'll take a poster. Oh, the poster, if you take a centimeter off each side, I guess it makes a perfect template for Instagram stories. So she'll make 2 templates. She'll have the name of her boot camp and it numbered with the amount of people she wants to have in her group every month. And then every couple of days, this is when she's getting ready to attract to her challenge group. Every couple of days, she'll post it and share that the names are filling up. And she'll tag her challengers in the post. So like 7 spots left, and she'll have like a GIF and an arrow. Like, she'll make it cute and fun. And then she'll post, after she posts that and says that the spots are filling up, she'll post 2 to 3 before and afters of her own clients. Because this shows people that it will work for them, is working for more people than just her. And number 2, it also forces her to make sure that she has 2 new results to share every month. So she wants to make sure she gets at least 2 people amazing results and has those like transformations to share, because she wants to share new ones every month, not the same ones. So it's accountability also for her. All right, and then at the end of it all, she'll have a poll, and she does this 2 to 3 times a week right before she's about to kick off her challenge group. And she also mentioned something which I thought was really cool too, is that she'll invite people, maybe not necessarily she'll just reach out to them and post and invite that, hey name, you want to join my account, if I would you. Maybe she'll invite them to a conversation with her. The people that stick around until the end of her stories, they're obviously like a little bit interested in her because they watched all the way till the end. So she'll message those people. So she's messaging people that watch her stories all the way till the end. And eventually that probably leads to an invite. So the 5th and final one is that she squashes objections publicly so that people can see their potential in her groups. So understand that a no is an opportunity to do something. So publicly invite by knowing that it will change their life. People need to feel that this is going to change their life through their content. So how she does it is, here's an example. Not enough money is an objection, always. Like, that's, and I think that the money objection is, well, yes, certain people can really not have the money. I do believe that in certain cases, but in the most part, it's that we haven't shown them the value of what we're offering. We haven't shown them our value as a coach. They don't have belief, and they have fear that they're not going to succeed. So when someone says they don't have enough money, here's what she says. Been there, sister. I know the feeling. I was a full-time grad student when I started the program. I had pennies in my bank account, but I knew if I was going to invest money on anything, I needed it to be my health. So it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to come back and say, okay, I'm in, but it's going to give you a chance to still continue the conversation, and they're going to keep watching. And then eventually they might say yes. And I can put these in the notes in the team page, so you guys have the stuff. and then she'll create a post about that objection. So she doesn't necessarily like and Stephanie does this. I know Stephanie does this on her stories. She won't single out that person and say like, I just talked to this client and she's saying she doesn't have enough money and blah, 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 so that they feel like, offended by her post. But she'll share, it could be something along the lines of, she could say that thing where she's like, I know money's tight. It's difficult to make a decision to spend $200 to invest $200 into your health, especially when you have all these other things that want your time and attention, want your money, and are distracting you. But if I would have known that this would do what it's done for me, I would have been willing to invest $5,000. That would be like how she would handle it publicly on her page. So it's also speaking to all the other Ashleys, all her other avatars that have that money objection. So it's inviting them to, see the objection publicly. And I know other coaches have talked about this too. So she didn't probably create this. It was probably from somebody else. But here's the second objection, which is, a time objection, which a lot of people, I don't have time. So this is what she says to that. What is time? I actually started this because I was a full-time first grade teacher living in my boyfriend's parents' basement and going to grad school 3 nights a week. This program is built for busy people. Would it be worth it to you to wake up and work out for 30 minutes a day to have that mental clarity throughout the day? So she's getting them to think, beyond their objection. It's not necessarily, like I said, that they're going to turn around and say, okay, you convinced me, I'm in. But they might, but they're still going to think about it. They're still going to, they're still going to be considering it, and they're still going to watch her post, and eventually they might say yes. Then she'll build a post about this, and at the end she'll have a call to action. So, something along the lines of, I don't know, I can't think of it right now, but that's just build a post around that objection, the time objection, so that you connect with all your followers who don't think they have time to do what you're doing. Now there's another objection. I've tried everything. She wrote, girlfriend, Yo-Yo is my middle name, but listen, if it changes your life even a fraction of what it has changed mine, you will be forever grateful. You deserve to try. Would you give it a shot? So you're sharing your belief with them, and you're instilling that belief that they can do this too. And then she would create a post about that publicly. So they're getting it they keep getting it reiterated to them that this is for them and it works. So those were the 5 points. And at the end, what I really liked, and this is what I've been doing, getting up first thing in the morning and doing it. And I shared a video in the team page and both the challenge group, the team page, and on my Instagram stories about how inviting for me is really uncomfortable. I feel like because I've gotten so many, messages from people on Instagram. I get messages every day of people telling me they want me to buy their activewear clothes, or they want me to whatever. Because it's like I have that Instagram growth service, so I'm following new people, and I have 26,000 followers on my account. So they'll message me and they'll ask me to be an influencer on their page, or promote their product or whatever all the time. So, and they're really they don't get to know me. They don't even ask anything about me. They're just like, hey, if you want to get some new leggings from Zia Activewear or whatever, just go to my website. Here it is, And to me, that's so unprofessional. So I don't ever want people to feel like that. I don't ever want people to feel like I just reached out to you in the beginning to get something out of you. I just reached out to you so you join and pay money. And I have had people accuse me of that, and it's fine. It's probably going to happen with anyone. But so I get really insecure and uncomfortable and nervous about sending that initial message, not the one inviting them to the challenge group, the initial message. I'm I want to make sure I don't come off as I'm just trying to use them. So what I decided to do, because I would just I get up, do my personal development, take care of my animals, do my workout, all that stuff. And then by the time I sit down to inviting, I'm all right, I gotta go get up. I gotta go like walk tune again. I gotta go like make my shake. I would like distract myself. And then I do like a couple of like, I, message a couple of people on Instagram, and then I'd be like, all right, I'm done for the day. Like, it's my work. I'm gonna go to the beach now. And I'm like, wow, I'm avoiding this, So after watching her video, I'm like, all right, so I need to do that first thing in the morning, which I didn't today, but I did it the last 3 days, I think. So for 3 days, I've been doing it, where I reach out to people first thing in the morning. Did it just freeze on me? No, don't freeze. So there's a book called Eat That Frog. And I think the whole premise of the book, I haven't read the book, is about this, is about do the thing that's the most uncomfortable, the most challenging, the thing that you want to avoid the most in the morning. First thing, get it done, because then you can go about your day. You do it when you have the most energy. And then you can go about your day without that monkey on your back. And since I've been doing it, I've been loving it. So here's what she does. Oh no, I hope it's not freezing on me. Okay, it's not. So she says, make up what you're missing in talent with numbers. So she didn't have a lot of followers on her Instagram. She had like 2,000 followers. So she knew she couldn't really wait for people to come to her. She had to go out and find new followers. So she created a system that's easy to duplicate and that her downline is duplicating. And she had a coach go from, not only did she hit elite last year herself, 3 years in, so she hit elite her third year in the business, which is awesome. She also had a coach that she had only been one of her personally sponsored coaches had only been a coach for a year and hit elite with her. So obviously what she's doing is not just working for her, it's duplicating in her downline, which is what you always want to happen. And why I didn't succeed super successfully for a while is because what I was doing wasn't duplicating. So I was just, teaching people, but they weren't able to do what I was doing. So that's why I kind of got took a step back, and I'm like, all right, well, let me find something that does work to duplicate. So 5 days a week, here's what she would do. And you might not have time to do this many, but you need to find how many numbers are comfortable for you. She would get on IG. So she had a notebook. So she gets a regular notebook, which I already have these because I had bought these to do my inviting, which is funny because I kind of had the system, but I was not really understanding how to do it. And she writes on the one page 1 through 35 and then 36 through 70. And 5 days a week, she talks to 70 people. So whether it's she looks on Instagram and starts following them and, sends them a message and says, hey, I was checking out your page. She sends them an inbox message. So she gets in 70 inboxes per day. Not that she sends 70 invites hey girl, want to join my challenge group? No, she invites them to have a conversation with her. So you can actually go to your Instagram, and she started with her followers. So if you go to her Instagram and you click on your followers, which I haven't even done this yet because I'm still just talking to the people that are watching my stories, commenting on my posts, liking my posts, voting on my polls, people that are already engaging with me. And you can click on your followers, and you can click on, she told me that this works, I haven't even tried it, put in the letter A, and it will pop up all your names with A, followers. And then you can start messaging them hey, thanks for the follow. Obviously check out their page first. Don't just write, hey, thanks for the follow, because I've got a million of those messages too. Look at their page. Are they your avatar? Do you connect with them? Could you see them being your friend? Could you invite them to your birthday party? Are they someone you could see befriending? Then you write them, check out their page, look at a few of their posts, like a few of their posts, and then send them a message. And she did 70 of those per day. That's 70 opportunities to build a relationship, to, lead to an invite potentially, not in every case. So she started with the people that were watching her stories, liking and commenting on her posts, voting on her polls. And, obviously from there, you're going to probably have to, people, especially if you have a smaller page, you're going to have to you're going to have to look for pages. So you can look for hashtags that you like, or if it's not people that are following you, search hashtags and find pages that people follow those hashtags or like those hashtags or have hashtagged those things. And then you can start finding people to follow and engage with. So she writes down the 70 names. And so you could have, so say, you know, your page 2, a lot of my names are repeat names because it's 70 conversations that you're having, right? So I'm not like having 70 new ones. Like some of them are continuations of a conversation, right? So I could have like Brandy M was today, and we're also having the conversation again. So I'm writing her down again. Anyone that actually responds, she circles. Because not everyone's going to respond, right? Everyone's not going to answer you. And anyone that she sends a link out to, she stars. And then on Sunday night, she goes through and follows up with all the people that she sent the invites to and sees if they're ready to complete their enrollment. So she's having 70 conversations every day. And I think I know that's a lot, and maybe that's not something you can do. It takes me about an hour and a half to 2 hours to go through and do it. But I feel like excited because I'm having conversations with people. You know, they're not necessarily like, hey, do you want to join my challenge group? It's just women. I'm just like talking, you know, about their kids or this or that or whatever. And eventually what I realized by I went through my inbox messages and I realized, wow, I've talked to this person for a long time and I've never sent them an invite. Like I know a lot about them already. I'm just going to shoot them an invite. So I'm like, hey, and I used her little script and I made it sound like me, and I sent them an invite, and no one actually said yes, but there are people that I have conversations with that are interested in like either performance line, energize, or whatever from my stories. So I have a lot of conversations going, and I think that the thing that's most intimidating or the most discouraging thing for me in this business is when I don't have any conversations going. I feel like if I don't have conversations going, I'm like, my business is stagnant. It's not going anywhere because I'm not helping anyone if I'm not talking to people. And I'm not saying it's a conversation that's leading to them saying yes. Hopefully, you know, maybe one day if there are people that I actually like talking to, which if there are people that I'm not really enjoying the conversation, then I'll just I won't keep asking questions. I'll just end it at a certain point, you know, because then I'm like, I don't see this person being my friend or my avatar or whatever. So be picky about who it is that you're talking to. But now that I have like, okay, I know, I have my little paper, I know how much work I'm doing and how much work I'm not doing. Like, I know if I just, you know, dicked around all day and didn't do anything, like I have the numbers right there because I wrote them all down. And I think that's the other thing that's like, it's encouraging to me because it's like, I just need to keep being consistent. They're eventually going to lead to conversations about what I'm doing. I just need to keep talking to people. That's it. So for me, 70 conversations 5 days a week is doable, but maybe that's not doable for you. Maybe it's 20, maybe it's 30, maybe it's 50. But figure out what that number is for you and do it 5 days a week. And you will eventually see, you know, results in your business. For her, this method changed her business. It changed her volume and how many lives she was helping, how many people she was helping. It tripled her income. And it also helped to change her team's businesses because it was easy to duplicate. So do not determine your worth by how many people say yes or how many success points you have. Determine your worth by controlling the controllable and being consistent. Because you can't decide if someone says yes or no. That's not in your control. But you can show up for 70 people every day and invite them to have a conversation with you. So that's it. That was her share. That was like the gist of her video. So if you don't want to go through and watch it, you don't have to. But if you want to get reiterated from like the horse's mouth, because I'm telling it from, you know, my version, then watch her video. Because I thought it was a game changer for me. Because I'm like, I sit down on my computer, I'm like, I want to help people. Like, I want to work this business, but how? Like, how do I do it? But just knowing that I can just like converse with people until it leads to something, like just continue building that connection until, you know, for as long as forever. That is encouraging to me. So questions, shares, comments? Okay. Then that's it then, I guess. I hope I recorded this, yes, because last week apparently I didn't hit it. I did want to mention something too, since Stephanie's on here. I know a lot of people see Stephanie's page and think like, that Stephanie has it so easy or whatever, because she gets people reaching out to her, and she's, you know, has so many people following her on her Facebook page and whatever. But just know that there was a time when Stephanie had nobody reaching out to her and she was messaging and inviting and messaging and inviting and being consistent for months on Facebook, until like she was posting 3 times a day and posting live videos, and she still does, before she saw that, you know, her video that got a lot of people that viewed it and had her page blow up. But she did a lot of work before that. So it wasn't just like one day all of a sudden, you know, it was like she just fell into some block or something. She worked really hard to get to that point. But just like you, at one point, she didn't have anybody reaching out to her.
And I still hit SC10 and was able to find 5 people from my first month every month that wanted to start a journey. I have hit SC10 since 2015. And she's right. There's times, I mean, it's work, but it's work that I wanted to put in because I had goals. I'm driven by the SC numbers and I just have tunnel vision. I put my head down and do my thing. And that's what works for me. And just show up. Like, messaging 10 new people to start a conversation with every day. If I'm in a slump, that's what I get right back on track doing. I still have to go and find people to talk to. You know, I don't have people reaching out every day like, I want to join, or even if they do, I still have to work at it, because I can't tell you how many people say, I'm interested, tell me more, and then ghost right after they ask me. It's like, okay, cool. So, you know, I still have to do the same thing and reach out and start conversations with 10 new people every day if I want this business to keep going and pay my bills.
All right. Well, there you have it. Did you want to say something, Jonna?
No, I just appreciate your summary. Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Did you watch the video or no?
Good to hear. No, I didn't. I'm going to go back and watch it though also. Because it's just good to get those reminders, because I also want to, you know, what's going on right now is great, but I also want to take those steps towards, you know, investing in the what's next sort of, you know, situation, and just get things lined up, you know, to keep my momentum.
For sure. Well, all right, ladies, thanks for spending the morning with me. I hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out or post in the team page. All right.
Thanks.
Thanks for sharing, ladies. See ya.